welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and today we'll be trying out wave formers. So I have never tried these out before. I actually just thought about it yesterday and ordered them on Amazon and they got here this afternoon. So I couldn't wait to try these out. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I've seen a couple of other people try these on YouTube. Not really anyone, and I may have just missed the videos, but not really anyone who had the same hair type or thickness that I have. So I wanted to see if I could use these to really make my hair go from very curly to wavy. So we'll go through exactly how I apply these. I'll show you what my hair looks like after it dries, and then I'll also show you how I plan to preserve the wave over time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do was just make sure that I have my part where I wanted it. So I do want a middle part for this, so we'll see what that looks like once we're done. You can always change the part around after it's dried, but I want to try out the middle part. So I went ahead and did that. And now I want to make sure my hair is still pretty wet. It has dried in some areas. So I have my water bottle and I'm just going to spray my hair a little bit. And then I'm going to apply a leave-in conditioner to make sure that my hair is staying moisturized as the wave formers are in, and then afterwards to make sure it stays that way once it is dry. Just moving some stuff out of the way because I'm getting everything wet right now. All right, so the leave-in conditioner I'm going to use is the Jamaican Black Castor Oil Strength and Restore Leave-In Conditioner. All right, there we go. So this is the leave-in conditioner I want to use. And I am going to apply a small amount of it to this entire section. And the reason I chose this leave-in conditioner is because it is a little bit more lightweight, but also very moisturizing. And I don't want anything too heavy that is going to weigh my hair down. And I don't want to put too much of it in my hair either, but I do want to make sure that I'm focusing on my ends. I want my ends to remain very moisturized and to keep it from getting frizzy. Another area that is very important to make sure you're getting product in are the roots of your hair. So particular for me, this area up here is what likes to get a little frizzy or not cooperate. So just adding a tiny bit more there and just working it through. All right, and I think we're good. So it seems like it will be easiest to start from the bottom up here. So I am going to take a lot of this hair and get it out of the way. Right, and then even with this, like this is too much hair. You don't want to put a lot of hair in these. And I only got one package, so that's another thing we're testing here. Hopefully I have enough to do my hair, but I just want to make sure that making some kind of clear section here so my hair doesn't get tangled either. And I'm going to start at the front just so that you all could see it. If I wasn't recording, I would do it starting in the back because I think it would just be easier to get that hair out of the way and then work my way up and to the front. Just trying to see if that's a good amount of hair. Yeah, I don't want to make it too small because I don't want to run out of wave formers. All right, I think that's a good amount. We are going to probably need more wave formers. Okay, so the styling foam that I'm going to use today is by Motions. I used to use this a lot when I was younger, and I would use this to straighten my hair. So I would wrap my hair with this in it, and I would sit under the dryer, and it was amazing. It's moisturizing and it really holds my hair in place. So I'm not going to use a lot of it. I didn't even use a full pump, and I'm just going to work it through this small section of hair. It smells so good too. Okay, so now what they give you in the package is this long hook, and you do have to put it together, so it's 3 pieces. You want to put all of them together so that it is long enough to go through the wave former. So you want to take it through, and there you go. All right, so here's the hard part, it seems like, to make sure all of this gets in. So I'm going to the roots here, I'm hooking it, and then I want to push this up. All right, I think I have it there, and now I'm just going to pull the hair through. That was easy enough, and it's definitely long enough too. I went longer because the back of my hair is longer than the front, so these are 21 inches. And I'm thinking that is going to be the perfect length. So now I'm just going to continue here. This is much easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a struggle, especially with getting it through, and I was worried that the little hook would break, but this isn't bad at all. We'll see what I'm saying once I'm halfway through my hair. All right, again, small little pump. Small to me, I don't know, maybe kind of a lot for others, but I really want to make sure that I am saturating my hair with this. Okay, and you know, one thing I didn't do with that side is make sure that, so this is what the waveformer looks like. I just want to make sure that this is, I think, going this way. I think. I mean, at least that's what I'm gonna do. So we'll see how that works for me. Hopefully I get it right. So I hooked it again. And I think it's easier like when the hair is wet to really get it through. But you know, I don't think I hooked everything there. So let's try this again. But it really slides through really easily. So that's a good thing. Okay. And the hard part I'm seeing is remembering to put the hook through the actual former first. All right, so here we go. I want to make sure all of this gets in there. So I'm gripping it all at the root and hooking it. It would be so much easier if I could watch myself. And now I'm pushing it up. There we go. All of it's in now. Let's see. All right, we're slowly working our way up here. I know they also have curl formers. So if you have wavy hair and you want to get your hair a little bit more curly, you can also use the curl formers to do that. I'm going to try those too one day, but right now we're going to focus on these waves. And I am not going to use heat today either. So once I get these into my hair, I am going to just roam around and do a little work around the house, not housed. And we'll see how long it takes for it to dry that way. You can also, if you want to, sit under a hooded dryer with these in, and that will allow you to dry your hair faster. But I do not like to apply heat to my hair, so we are going to avoid that. This time, hooking it the other way, I don't think that's easy. I think it's easier when the opening of the hook is facing down than up. So let's see here. I think I got all the hair there. Feels like it. It wasn't that hard. Okay, we're getting to the center of the head. We are working our way through these too. You can't see what I'm looking at, but I am just watching traffic right now. I'm right in front of the window. It's looking bad. It's a standstill on the freeway. Okay. And this Motions foam smells so good. I also found this on Amazon. And I just love the way this smells and how soft it makes my hair feel. This is something I'm actually curious to see how it would work in my hair if I used it as like a styling foam for curly hair. I might have to try that one day. Now I'm just going to do a couple of more of these on camera, so you can just see it a couple more times, and then I will do the rest off camera, so you don't have to sit here and watch me do this and hear me ramble. Feel like we didn't get it right on that one. There's hair at the bottom that didn't really get in. So let me just actually apply a little more product to the roots there. So again, if that front does not look right, the front of my hair doesn't look good. And actually, let's check that part too. Like, what is that hair doing over there? Okay, I did not make that any better. Let's see. I just can't see right now. Okay, that's good enough. If the front of my hair does not look good, then I am not happy. So we have to make sure this is right. All right, so. This will make or break the hairstyle right here. And you all know I absolutely love having my natural curl. I just want to switch it up a little bit every once in a while. So I think this will be a good way with no damage to switch it up. So I'm really excited. All right, so should we do one more? I think so. Let's just do one more. And now that I'm done with this section or this side, now I'm just going to start at the bottom again and work my way up again. And I'm just going to continue to do that until I'm done with this section of hair, and then I'll start again on the other side and do the same thing on that side. And I think this last one will be a good one for you all to see, because then you can see on some of the longer pieces of hair, because you see like this comes down past my bra strap. So we'll see if it's long enough for these pieces of hair, and it'll help you to gauge how long the wave formers need to be that you purchase. All right, I think this is a good amount here. I really was expecting this to be a real struggle. Like, I thought we were going to be sitting here for hours and I would be in tears by now, wondering why I thought I could use these waveformers and show you all on the first try, and trying to return these to Amazon because it was a fail. But I am pleasantly surprised right now. Let's get some yellow in here. And all of these, even though they're different colors, they are all the same. So it doesn't matter which color you put where. Will all give you the same result. All right, so I'm hooked and pushing it up. And now I'm pulling the hook down. It helps to hold this up too, so it doesn't slide down. And let's see what we're looking at for length. So see, I still have a little bit of room here. So this was the perfect size. So if your hair is about the same length as mine in the back, then you should definitely go with the 21 inch. All right, so I will be back once I'm done putting these in, and we'll get to see exactly how I placed all of them and if these were enough and if I needed 2 packs versus 1. So be back in a second. All right, so I am back now, and every single waveformer from that package I ended up using. So every single one is in my hair now, and I know I'm looking absolutely gorgeous. Just kidding, I look like Medusa right now. But I am just so happy that I was able to get all of my hair in these waveformers. So I just want to show you the back. I think the sections in the back were a tiny bit larger than in the front. It always just works out that way for me when I'm doing different things like finger curling or anything. My back always ends up having larger sections. So I don't know why, but that is just what happens. So we'll see how that turns out. But I think it was pretty easy to put these in, and I just thought of a couple of tips as I was doing it. One, when I use the hook, which you have to do for each of them, I like the hook to face this way, so it's open down here versus up, and it's just easier to keep the hair in the hook when you have it this way. When I got to the back, I noticed in the beginning, I was like trying to pull up versus down, and pulling down was so much easier. When I tried to pull up, the hair would get stuck, and it just didn't work for me. It took a lot longer. So pulling it down, even though you're going to the side a little bit, helped out a lot. Also, when you are putting the waveformers in, you want to make sure that you're putting them in the center of the section. So exactly in the center of each section. And I know, like, when I did it on the one side and I was showing you all, I couldn't really see. So they weren't very centered, but if you do make it centered, it's so much easier to pull through. And then it also helps to get the waveformer closer to the root all the way through the section. So that helps the hair to lay down more, and there will be less frizz. So I would definitely do that. And then the other thing is just the way that I put the waveformers in. So majority of them are this way, where it's curving down towards the scalp, and then you see it curving down this way. This one, I have it curved up. So I just wanted to test to see if it actually makes a difference. So when I'm taking these out, you will get to see whether this one looks different than that one, and we'll see which way is the better way to put the waveformer in. But that's it. With those small tips, I think it'll be so easy and quick for you to put these in your hair. And then I'm going to let my hair dry for about 2 hours. I'll check it to see if it's dry at that point, and then I'll come back on once it is dry, let you know how long it took, and then we'll get to do a little takedown and see what it looks like. So I'll be back in just a little while. All right, so I'm not sure if you can tell, but it is definitely running into nighttime now. It has been 4 long hours, and I think my hair may be dry now. I even sat really close to a fan and moved it from one side to the other for about ½ hour. So I'm hoping that worked and we are totally dry now. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do, because once I take these down, then that's it. I don't think I can really put them back in and save the hairstyle. But what I've done to check it, I just go at the top here and I feel the roots up here, and it feels pretty dry to me. So we'll see. So I am going to take them down now. And all you do to take them down, and I'm going to hold the roots here, but you just slide it down. And it looks really pretty. So it feels like it is dry. It's extremely soft. You have the wave going. Let's see. So there's this little piece here that isn't connected to the rest, what makes it look a little frizzy, but not too bad there. We can blend that in with the others. It will look better once it has more hair with it. Yeah, it's totally dry. It feels really good. What do you all think about these results? Okay, and I was actually wrong. So both of these were pointing the same way. So we're going to compare these two with this one to see if there's a difference. And I can't see, so you all tell me. It looks like it really doesn't matter, at least from what I can see. Let's pull this one to see. Can compare it a little bit better. Okay, yeah, so you get a little more volume at the top when you put it in this way, but it looks like either way really goes. So it just depends on what you prefer. So this side, I had it like this, get a little bit more volume. On this side, when I put it in, it was like this. So pointing the opposite way. So this side this way, that side that way. And those are the different results that you get. So really up to you. You decide what you want to do. Yeah, all of it is dry. I'm just going to quickly take it out. I will say, if you have anything to do during the day, you should not do these because it takes forever to dry unless you sit under a dryer, which I don't know how that really would work with these being so long, unless you have a hooded dryer that doesn't like clamp down or, you know, have that elastic band around it. So like a real hooded dryer, a hard one. Otherwise, any other dryers, like the ones that you connect to your handheld hair dryer, probably wouldn't feel too comfortable or work too well with these. But I'm just looking at my reflection in the window right now, and it's looking really good. Oh my gosh. And again, with no heat. This is amazing. Okay, so I just wanted to step in really quickly. This is me on day 2, so we're looking into the future a little bit, but I wanted to step in before going into the rest of the video to show you what my day 2 hair looks like, because I actually ended up liking day 2 better than day 1. So you'll see if you look at the video from day 1, after I took the wave formers out, there was a little frizz, but then I went into the bathroom to kind of separate the hair a little bit more and like get it to shake into place, and so it didn't look like it was still in the wave formers at the top. And after I did that, I was literally in the bathroom for 20 minutes. My hair got a lot more volume, but also a lot more frizz. And in this video, you can see like I went in and I just went like this to kind of get my hair in place and to make it look a little bit better. And then I also went in with the Curlsmith bonding oil, and that oil, it didn't really do too much that night, but maybe it just needed some time to soak in or do whatever. And it really did help, I think, overnight, because there's less frizz. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm frizz-free right now, but there's definitely less frizz for day 2 than there was on day 1. And the only other thing that I did on day 1 after I took my wave formers out was just slick my edges down. to make sure that the front of my hair looked really neat and nice. So I would definitely do all of those things again. And even using the same technique for the wave formers. So I would put them in the same way. I would preserve my curls or my waves overnight the same way. The only thing I would change is using a different foam, maybe even a different cream, to make sure that the frizz is under control. And then also that it helps to keep my hair in place a little bit more. So I think it just needed a little bit more hold, and that would have done a lot of good for my hair. So next time I'm going to use the Shea Moisture. It's like their coconut hibiscus foam. I can't remember the exact name, but I'll put it in the description box and hopefully also on the screen so you can check that out as well. But that's the next one I will try, maybe even in combination with the same leave-in conditioner, just to see how that works out. But I am definitely going to try the wave formers again and see if I could get results where my hair is less frizzy, because I do really like the style. I like what it did to my hair, and I mean, it's just a change. So I like being able to stretch out my curls a little bit for a day or two. I would hope that it would definitely last longer than that. But yeah, I definitely loved it. So I will now go back and show you what I did to preserve my curls, because that worked out perfectly, I think. And I keep saying curls because I'm used to saying curls, preserved my waves, but I used kind of the same technique that I use with my curls. It's not exactly the same, but it is very, very similar. So all I did, and this was the part that was different, is take my hair and, oops, it's stuck in the microphone. Let's see, there we go. So all I did was take my hair, put it up in a pineapple very loosely. You just want to make sure you aren't getting any of the ends inside of that scrunchie. So I took like just a little satin scrunchie, and then I take my scarf, and this is what I would normally do with my curls. So I take my scarf and I fold it over into a triangle. And you don't want the points to meet. So let's see here. There we go. So that's about good. You just want a little bit of distance there. Then I whip it around, and when I flip my head over, I just take that cross it in the front. Make sure none of the hair is in there, because then it will smash your waves or curls. Tie it in the back here. And then I just push the hair in. I take the excess amount here and just twirl it. So you want to make sure no hair is in here. Otherwise, again, that will smash your curls or waves. And then I just wrap it around here to keep it secure. Push it off my forehead. I hate it when it's on my forehead. And that's it. And that did a really good job at preserving my waves overnight. As you can see, it even, I don't know, somehow made the waves look better the next day. Again, it could have just been that oil. So then I just take off the scarf, pull that scrunchie out gently, and then you can like shake and move your hair in place. I would put oil on your hands before doing this, but you can just move your hair back in place. You may need to add a little bit more edge control if that's sweat out overnight. And then I don't have a mirror here, so I can't really see what I'm doing, but you just move things where you want them to lay. And that is it. So I hope you found this helpful, especially with the do's and don'ts. Learn from me, definitely. I'm learning from myself as well. And if this was helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.